Do not interpret your rising sign without looking at the ruler of your first house. This is how you get the most accurate interpretation for your placement. Rising sign is basically the mask that you present to the world. It's the perspective which you are born with, okay? Perspective that you acquired from the times that you were born. However, not every single rising sign is the same. You need to look at the ruler of the rising sign. What do I mean by that? The zodiac sign that you have in the first house determines your ruling planet of the first house, the chart ruler. It's actually one of your main planets. The main planet of each person is their chart ruler, and the chart ruler is the first house ruler. So for instance, if you're an Aries rising, your chart ruler is Mars. If you are a Scorpio rising, your chart ruler is Pluto and Mars to a degree. If you're a Gemini rising, your ruling planet, your chart ruler is Mercury. Same goes for Virgo. Pisces, then your ruling planet is Neptune. Find the position of the ruling planet in your natal chart. Pay attention to the zodiac sign where your ruling planet is in, and also look at the house position. House position, and also the aspects that ruling planet, if it aspects any other planets, especially pay closer attention if it aspects any of the personal planets as well as the malefic planets. If you want to do horoscopes, or then your attention when interpreting progressions chart should be on the chart ruler and what your chart ruler is doing right now. For instance, if you're Libra rising, then your chart ruler is Venus, right? So depending on what Venus is doing right now in the sky is going to affect you, okay? Even if your sun sign is different, it's not Libra or Taurus. Pay attention to the rising sign, honestly, ruler when interpreting. Don't interpret your rising sign without looking at the ruler. Combine them together and then combine other aspects, that this ruling planet makes to other planets. This is how you interpret your natal chart. The first house ruler shows where your interest is in, through what area of life you are developing your personality. So me as a Libra rising, my perspective of the world is of Venus, which is harmony, beauty, or I prefer to notice only those things, which makes me close my eyes on what's actually going on. Gets me in trouble. It's not that you need to be depressive or negative and focus on the bad things, like be too realistic. No, you need to acknowledge them and deal with the negative circumstances when they pop up. But I, on the other hand, I like to avoid them, okay? Because I'm a Libra rising, so I like to pay attention to the good stuff. And I paid the price. Rising sign shows a lot of solutions to your blockages and what's not working in your life. So pay close attention to your ruling planet, where it lies, what aspects does it have with other planets, and this is how you interpret your natal chart. Don't just interpret one position, like first house or seventh house. You need to connect everything together. Everything is connected. We're all one. One thing ties into another. Like there's a lot of factors that contribute to the world events or the things that are happening, experiences. A lot of the times it's, wills and energies of other people. Our intentions get mixed up. And that's what creates chaos. I'm telling you not to participate in other people's chaos, but understand your own chaos and what limiting beliefs do you hold. Rising sign is holding you back. For instance, I like to isolate myself because my Venus is in the 12th house, but I also need to be careful because that isolation and 12th house things making me a little scattered. If I don't strategize my life and create a good routine, because the 12th house is opposite 6th house, which is a routine and daily life. If I don't pay attention to that, I can be dreamy and not take care of my stuff and will be unhappy because I will never be able to fulfill my dreams. If I just, stay dreamy, do many things, but not really profess in one particular thing and create strategies and routines so that I can achieve my career goals. If I just focus on the 12th house and don't have 6th house things, it's not going to work. Then Libra rising. If I'm indecisive, then it's not going to work. I need to acquire some traits of my opposite sign in order to succeed in life and release the blockages, because you can't just read one sign without looking at what's on the other side. The other side is your shadow. You really need to look at the astrology differently. I want you to look at it as a practical tool, but people are just focusing on the wrong things, paying attention to one planet. Nothing happens in a vacuum. That's why our lives is different. My chart is different from your chart, although we may be born at the same time even, but different year, okay? Because the generational planets are going to be different. The planets, the pattern in the natal chart is going to be different. So you need to consider a lot of things when interpreting. So yeah, let me know your rising sign and where your ruling planet is. I would like to help you with that.